Hi, I'm Roslyn. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about 3D, the third dimension. Like, what is 3D? From my understanding, um, the 3D, we've all been living it for, since we've existed, basically, right? The 3D Earth. Um, we are shifting to the 4D, but I mean, not everybody is there yet, and not everybody's gonna make it there. And I don't mean like, oh God, the world is gonna like totally just change, like we have a new Earth or anything. I just mean the level of consciousness, like where we're vibrating at. That is changing. Okay, 3D. It's like duality, right? Dark and light, good, bad. Okay, it's the Earth has been a very dense 3D reality. Like, think about everything that's happened, right? From the beginning of time, you know, like all a lot of the bad things that have happened as far as, power and greed. Um, think about like ancient times, like, the rulers that ruled back then, right? You have the good ones and you had the bad ones. You had slavery. Let's talk this Thanksgiving, right? Um, Things that have happened to the Jews, and even in other countries, like, people hurting and killing their own. 3D. Let's say in America, right? What's been going on, politics wise, very 3D. I've come to realize that I played a big part in that in that role, of being you versus me. And I've been that way for a long time. And I believe that's just because I haven't awoken. I wasn't yet. So I was at this lower vibration where it's like, I've gone through all this stuff. I've gone through a lot of pain. Um, you know, feel sorry for me. Like, my life is hard. Like, you think you're better than me, or like I'm right, you're wrong. Very just duality, dark and light. People now, who are embodying that 3D, they're the ones that who kind of can't be alone, right? Like they just can't sit and just be alone with themselves for long periods of time. They want to, be out there with friends. Doesn't even matter the quality of friends, but they want to be out there with different people, relationships. They get in and out of relationships because they have so much trauma within themselves that they haven't been able to face, right? And it's so easy to talk ourselves into, like, oh yeah, I've learned and I'm growing and I've grown and I'm not who I was. But if you actually are awakened, like, you'd see, like, oh shit, like I'm repeating the same patterns over and over. That is so 3D. And that's where I've been, and I'm shifting to the 4D. Okay, but I'm not saying that I've graduated from 3D, because there are still some things that I let get under my skin, and I shouldn't, because I should be more in the flow of life. Like, this is life and things happen in life. I shouldn't internalize everything so personally, and that's like an empath, and I that's what I've been, right? Anything that happens, right, I take it to heart. Like, when my friends are going through things, their problems, I internalize that, and I carry the weight of their world on my shoulders. Same thing with family. But let's say like some of the things that are going on, let's say even in music, right? Ariana Grande, right? She wants to be black. Cultural appropriation. People were mad about Jennifer Lopez doing that, the tribute to, I think, what was it, Smokey Robbins or something, and people were mad about it, and I got super defensive, and I couldn't help myself but to say something and to argue with someone else about it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm 3Ding again. Like I'm going to the lower level, right? I'm vibrating at a low level. And when you vibrate at a low level, you tend to attract like-minded people, right? The negative ones, the ones that are so good at you're right, I'm wrong. This is how things should be. So divisive. That's 3D, and I'm aware now, so I'm trying to pull myself out of it, right? When I see myself, going back down to that level, like, wait, this is 3D. Let me breathe. It doesn't affect my life personally. I mean, it doesn't. So why even engage? Okay. When I see things about animals, okay, I used to feel a lot of pain, and it still hurts me to see it now. But I'm trying to I see that these things are going on. How can I help? Okay, in what manner? Okay, do I donate? Do I volunteer? Do I kind of spread awareness? But spread it in let me give you some information. Let me show you what's going on. You judge for yourself, but not shove it down someone's throat. Okay, I used to do that. Okay, I used to no, that is wrong, and these animals are being tortured, and just a lot of vegans are like that, right? And you shouldn't be. Everybody has their own life. Okay, we're not supposed to be judging and criticizing and I'm here and I'm better than you and you're wrong. Again, 3D, like politics, all the back and forth, right? My side, your side. I know all these things are important. They are important. Okay. But there's a way to go about it. Okay. Instead of attacking someone, which I used to do, conversate, right? You can have a healthy conversation with somebody and not make someone feel small about themselves or try to make yourself seem high and mighty. Oh, I'm intelligent. I have all these facts. So, you have these snarky remarks and just trying to make the person feel small, because you think you're right. Maybe you are as far as facts wise, but if you're coming from a egotistical place, that's not nice. And that is definitely 3D. But I'm thinking about the times I've done stuff like that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, But I mean, hey, we grow and we learn and we evolve. And once you're awakened, right? My thing is spiritually awakened, right? Once you start connecting to the divine, you start to see things a lot more clearly, right? So that is 3D. My take on 3D. Again, it's not like the ending of one dimension, like one Earth to another one. I mean, Earth is not going anywhere, right? And the energies, 3D is not going anywhere, and the energies are still very alive. But now we're at a time, okay, where the Earth and the people on Earth, we're trying to ascend to the next level, okay? you want to talk about, timelines and the matrix and other planets or beings, you know, um, I'm not too familiar with that, as far as like the Palladians, and all the other names, the Greys, whatever you want to call it. Like I don't know, but I know that we aren't the only living creatures. We're actually energy because we're energy based. I mean, we're trying to be more of a silicone based. I mean, that's the point. But anyways, my point is we're not the only living and existing. Human beings are not the only thing that's out there. Okay, we're just not. There are higher beings, right? Who want us to learn, right? To open our eyes and learn. Like, hey, this is not the way. We need to ascend. We need to move on. This Earth or matrix, whatever you want to call it, right? We don't want it to die out, right? That's not what they want. That's not what the divine wants for us, right? The divine wants us to keep growing, because the more we grow, the higher they even grow, right? They ascend even higher. And if you're not, I don't want to get too much into that because I really, baby steps, right? Just slowly. Because if you give people too much, they're like, you don't want to turn anybody away. But not, I mean, if you want to, I guess you could. But for me, I'm at the beginning stages of my life, so I want to document the beginning stages, for other people who are also at the beginning stages of it as well, so we can grow together. But yeah, I find myself still going back and forth. 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, not there. Trying to get there though. But I find myself going back and forth. And I'm trying really hard now that I'm more aware. I think I'm in the fourth dimension where it's like I'm aware of what the 3D is. I still get pulled back sometimes into the 3D, but I'm aware of it, right? And I correct it. Okay, because 4D, like when you're in 4D, it's like like this, like you are energy being, right? Vibration, energy is like everything. Like what we give out into the universe is what we get back. Okay, the cycles, of the frequencies and who we are and how how we think, what we say, how we feel, like all that is so important. It's so important. It's just the little things, right? The little things you say, like, oh, I'm having such a bad day today. Guess what? It tumbles. The rest of your day is gonna be bad. If you don't correct it and change it, the rest of the day is gonna be bad. But the thing is, you can change it. When you're in the 4D, you start to realize, like, wow, I have so much more power than I thought. Like I have so much control over my own life, my own emotions, my own thoughts, and I am aware that there's so much more than just the 3D, than just the material, than just the fancy houses, cars, money, like the scarcity mindset. Dude, there is enough for everyone. And in 4D, we start to realize that there's no reason why we shouldn't have clean water, lack of good health care, people who are homeless can barely pay the bills. Like there's so much out there in the universe for everybody to live happy lives. The problem is we have these made up things that we've established, you know what I mean, from back in the day, right? The government, and the systems, and all the people who at the top that want to control. That's what it is. It's control and power. That's what's been going on, and that's kept us at this level. And but things are changing. Okay, we know this already. Things are changing, right? Like things are definitely not even gonna say fair, but the divine, they don't believe that having people like the gap, like that's not something that they want to praise, right? Yeah, the people who live super like amazing lives, and good people who live like that, like they don't even have clean water. Trust me. Like, okay, maybe don't trust me, but really think about it. Like, you really think God wants that? Like, was that the purpose? Did God want us to, to fight amongst each other, to to divide us, right? You against me, kind of thing. If you really think that's what God wants, that was the purpose? No. Yeah. Another thing is, I've noticed across the board with everything that I've been researching, that we are like in soul contracts, right? Um, Before we decided to uh, come to Earth, we have soul contracts. Okay, we have certain things we need to correct in this life. Okay, um, so when we come down to Earth, we agreed that we were going to forget who we really are, right? Which is love and light, right? Like we are higher dimensional beings. Okay, like our soul, it really is like this magical thing. Like our soul is not confined to anything, right? Life is it's great. We're free. Um, there's no no cloudy, no not nothing heavy weighing us down, right? Like on Earth, like it's so dense, like, and our human form, it's so like just solid, right? That's why when you start meditating and you start taking care of yourself, your body, you start working out, you start eating well, drinking more water. When you're in nature, like you start to feel light, just lighter, and that's where we all should be going. We shouldn't be bogged down by so much just 3D BS. Okay, the media, politicians, the foods that are out there, right? They just think, God, for so long, like, organic is more expensive. Yes, I understand, but it's your health. It really is your health, and it's important. And it's important that we take care of our vessel, because we can't be at our best self if our vessel is not at its best self. Or like our mind, when we feed our mind, it's really important, that we guard it, and we're careful with what we like into it. But so yes, that is in a nutshell 3D. Hopefully I didn't, go all over the place. I tend to do that. But now that, you're aware, why wouldn't you want to know more, right? Why wouldn't you want to be happier? Like, I want peace. I want to feel peace in my life internally, in love. That is it. I want to be in the flow of life. The flow. Again, the teachings are different, hard work. Abraham Hicks, things shouldn't be so hard. But then again, we always worked hard. But then again, if you're in the flow with what you should be doing, right? You're living your purpose, your mission, your passion. You shouldn't feel so much like work, right? Of course, some work, yes, but you should still feel good about it. So, anyways, yeah, 3D. I'm in 4D. Okay, if you're watching this and you realize that we're vibrational, we're higher beings, right? You realize that the media and all that is just just bullshit, right? You know that all this is false. The way that things have been, that it needs to fall, right? All this, everything needs to just crumble so we can rebuild. That's what's going on in the world right now. So you are like we're probably going on the same path, and we're probably the first waves of it too. And now more than ever, we should be speaking our truth and helping other people, you know, who are like open to it, but just need a little bit of a push. Like, let's push them because we're trying to ascend. We're trying to be better. You know, we're trying to spread more love and more light in this world. Because there's a lot of good people out there, okay? It's not all just bad. There's a lot of good people. So I try to live my life every day, right? To be better and to be kind. It feels amazing, okay? Like once you start to discover the truth of who you really are, the chains started to, you know, become looser and looser, and eventually off, right? I want them completely off. Anyways, so we'll talk about 5D in another video. That's a whole nother, you know, topic, and I'm not there yet, so I don't feel like I'm ready to talk about that yet. But right now I'm in the 3-4D right now, so I'm comfortable talking about this. So thank you again for stopping by. Please do share your thoughts. And again, I'm just learning, and we're all just learning. No one is ever right or wrong. It's our perception and where we're at in our life. I may learn something tomorrow and be wrong about this. Who knows? But that's okay too, though. But yeah, please like, share, subscribe. You know, we can go on this journey together. Communities are important, whether it's, you know, physical or online. It is important. And I look forward to talking to you guys again. Again, thank you and have a great day.